I thank the gentleman for his excellent example of efficient questioning and timekeeping. And now I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Desaulnier.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I have a question for my last 5 seconds, so I'll save that. Madam Secretary, thank you so much for reaching out. I enjoyed our conversation yesterday. It was nice to find out that we were both fellow Teamsters, former Teamsters, and small business owners. 2 subjects that we talked about, 3 actually yesterday that I hope you remember. First, that work we're doing for multiple sessions now on the Health, Employment, Labor, and Pension Subcommittee, which I'm the ranking member with Mr. Allen, to deal with abuses in employer-based health insurance. Half of the American population roughly has that health insurance, and through multiple hearings and multiple sessions, we've seen that some providers are denying legally required claims from doctors and physicians that historically have been accepted without a lot of remedy unless the Department of Labor oversees the laws. So look forward to working with you in a bipartisan way to help employers and employees get what they paid for contractually. And then behavioral health, which is a passion of mine, having been a survivor of family suicide and addiction, and all the remarkable treatments in my lifetime we've been able to come up with help people like my dad get the treatment they deserve to live full lives. And he was a treatment counselor. He had a master's degree when he took his life. So in regards to that, I'm discouraged by some of the proposals from the department and the administration. Last month, the administration announced that the Department of Labor will no longer enforce the 2024 Mental Health Parity Final Rule, which prevents health insurance policies from imposing stricter limitations on mental health and substance abuse disorder benefits than those on medical benefits. The President's 2026 budget for DOL cuts Employee Benefit Security Administration, EBSA, funding while allowing bipartisan funding from the No Surprises Act to expire. In addition, the DOL's budget, EBSA would have just 640 full-time employees to oversee $14 trillion of plan assets held by 4 million employee benefit plans covering over 150 million Americans. This is down from 1,000 staff in 2012, when the agency's mission was much smaller than it is today. So, Madam Secretary, have you done an analysis of what these cuts will do to the delivery of services to these Americans, almost half the population, that are legally to benefit from these under bipartisan law?
Yeah, thank you, Congressman, and again for the conversation. While this is the preliminary budget of the President, I will be looking to work with Congress, and ultimately Congress will determine the appropriations and what the final budget is. We want to make sure that we are, again, saving the American taxpayers dollars that are used efficiently, and that we modernize some of the current laws. Again, a lot of the executive orders, and I think the one that you mentioned, Executive Order 14219, in regards to rolling back rules that impose undue burdens without clear statutory backing. So I will work with Congress statutorily. If that is something they want to work with, then I will gladly work with your office and many others on the technical assistance for that. But other than that, understanding that we want to make sure that we are saving the American taxpayers and no undue burdens are done, and addressing the issues that you are concerned about and many others are as well.
And it's important to the economy and to the employer. Having their valued employees be able to get back to work, whether it's a medical situation or behavioral health one, benefits everybody, particularly the economy. And obviously, foremost is the employee and their families.
Well, again, the Department of Labor's goal is to have a higher labor participation workforce, and oftentimes there are incidences where people leave the workforce, and we want them to come back. Right. We want to assure that they are able to do so, and we'll do that in compliance of the department.
Well, and I know you know that, as I do, as a small business employer. I'd like to discuss another area. I'm about to introduce a bill to ensure that the principle of behavioral health parity extends not just to health insurance, but also disability insurance. The experts on ERISA Advisory Council made this recommendation. It's been supported by a number of companies, including Sun Life, a leading provider of disability insurance. Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a statement from Sun Life in support of extending parity into disability benefits.
Without objection, it'll be
Thank you,
accepted.
Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, will you commit to working with me and our colleagues on the committee to implement the ERISA Advisory Council's recommendation to improve disability insurance for people with behavioral health conditions?
Absolutely, I will work with your office.
Darn, that was my 5-second question, and you answered it succinctly. I yield back by 1 second.
I thank you for your excellent example.